maybe you know what your difficult sounds are. When you're speaking English, you know what's hard for you to say. Most people have at least 3 or 4 sounds that are tough for them. Well, what can you do once you know that? Okay, I know that, but what do I do now? Because it's not just about learning the sound. Yeah, you can learn the sound, but when you're actually speaking, then you're thinking about all these other things, like what you're saying, and the grammar of putting the sentences together, past tense or present tense. You're finding words, you're locating vocabulary as you're speaking. All of this stuff, who has time to think about pronunciation? I'm certainly not thinking about pronunciation right now. I'm speaking, right? Right. So pronunciation of all the things has to become a habit. And if it's not a habit, you're going to continually get it wrong, especially those sounds that are difficult for you. If you continually get it wrong, the horrible thing is that you're going to build bad habits. That means it's sort of like digging a trench, right? Day 1, not so bad. Day 2, a little worse. Day 3, worse. Day 1,000,000, it's a habit that's almost unfixable. So you want to try to build good habits, get rid of bad habits, and the only way to get there is to practice, to work at it. So I want to share an exercise with you that you can do to actually work on your pronunciation, particularly for those sounds that are difficult for you. All right? So let's say we have 2 difficult sounds. This is a very simple exercise you can do, okay? Let's identify 2 sounds. If you want to do more, you can. I would recommend just identifying 2 sounds for each exercise. You can do more if you want to later. Let's say I know that the AR is difficult for me, okay? AR is tough for me. That R sound, I often get it wrong, and I know that AR can make different sounds in different words. And maybe the other one that's difficult for me is the short I sound. I'm just going to write I, okay? And that would be I. Often people mix up the short I and the E sound. They don't know the difference between I, and I, and Often when they try to say I, they say instead. Okay, this is just an example. Maybe these are not your issues. You have to identify those, okay? And then once you have, then you can do this exercise. All right, so you've got your issues. Step 1, identify your difficult sounds. Step 2, write a list of words that you struggle with. A list of words, all right? So let's do gift. We'll start with I here, okay? Gift. Let's do similar. Could also be for the AR one. Let's do Christmas. And let's do given. And then for the other one, we'll do, I'm going to put these on the side here so that I have room. We'll do, I'm going to write them a little bit smaller too. Car, simple one. Guitar, arrange, and Edward. Now, the first thing after you've done this, okay, you've identified the sounds and you've written a short list of words that include those sounds. The first thing to do is make sure you've got the pronunciation down for these. So there you can honestly go anywhere to listen to the pronunciation. You can literally search in Google pronunciation of gift, pronunciation of guitar. Or you can go to any dictionary website, dictionary.com, vocabulary.com, the free dictionary, and you can put in the word and just click on the sound icon and listen to it. And say it as you're listening to it. You hear it? It's not geft, it's gift. Gift, 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 not gift, gift, gift. Okay? Similar, 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 similar. Okay, I noticed that the I's here, this one sounds a little different than this one. It's not similar, it's similar. Similar. Okay, that's a different sound. That's the schwa sound. SCHWA. Well, I messed that up. That's the second one is different. It's not really a clear I sound. All right. And then Christmas. The T's not there, but the I is not. Christmas and not Christmas. Given. 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 And. So there's a clear difference between I and E. Okay. You got that. And then this one. Car, R. If you're struggling with this one, maybe cod or something else you're saying instead, got to listen to that pronunciation and repeat it until you know it's the same. Guitar, R. Arrange. Oh, that's a different AR sound. R and arrange. The A is almost not even there. And when I say the my tongue has to curl up to make it sound the same. R, okay? Edward. Oh, this doesn't even sound like an A. It sounds like just an R by itself. There's no R there. It's word. It's almost like ER. Edward. Okay, great. So once you've got that, then I would suggest going a step further. Make a sentence or two for each of them. This one could be something like, we were given similar gifts for Christmas. We were given similar gifts for, that's an F, Christmas. All right. Now, this should be a capital W, of course, capitalized. Okay. Now, it doesn't have to be one sentence. That doesn't matter. If you want to challenge yourself, all right, but make a sentence or two sentences that include your words. Why would you do that? If you just practice the words in isolation, gift, similar, Christmas, given. The problem is when you want to insert them into conversation, into a regular sentence, when you're speaking, when you're expressing yourself, it might not sound natural because you haven't practiced blending it into other words. You haven't practiced putting it side by side with other words. You haven't practiced actually speaking it in common usage. So to go the final step, I would strongly recommend you build a sentence or two with those words so that you feel comfortable using them. And again, this is just for pronunciation, but still, when we speak words with other words. And so they're not in isolation. They're not by themselves. All right, so I know the pronunciation of each. Now I have to challenge myself to say that pronunciation clearly and correctly without feeling unnatural when I say the whole sentence. We were given similar gifts. The heck, not GIFs. There's a T there. Similar gifts for Christmas. We were given 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 similar gifts for Christmas. Practice that a few times until it feels really comfortable, and really try to be aware of any sounds that are wrong, off, different. How do you know they're wrong? You practice these in isolation by themselves when you were listening to the correct pronunciation, right? So listen. Now, if you really want to check yourself, record yourself as you're doing this, as you're pronouncing these sentences. Let's say you've built out 10 sentences, right, for different sounds. And you're going to say each one you say, I'm going to say it 10 times. So that's 100 sentences. So, okay, we were given similar gifts for Christmas. We were given similar gifts for Christmas. You do that 10 times. Then you go to the next one. Edward arranged our guitars in the back of the car. Edward arranged our guitars in the back of the car, right? That's following these words here, right? Okay, so practice that a bunch of times and then go back and listen to the recording and see if anything sounds off. See if it sounds natural as a complete sentence. If you do this exercise, even for a short period of time, you're going to get a lot of progress with these sounds. But the key is to really be self-aware, to not give yourself a break, to be honest with yourself if something doesn't sound quite right, and to really develop your ear so that you can hear the differences between the correct sound that you hear when you look up the pronunciation and what you're saying. If you don't have a developed ear, you won't be able to hear those. Now, if you want to work on this more, feel free to there are other videos that I have on pronunciation you can check out, but also I have a couple of complete courses on pronunciation, in particular, Advanced American English Pronunciation. So feel free to check out that complete course if you really want to start practicing this and learn all of the English sounds that are most difficult for English learners. Regardless, good luck, and the key is self-awareness and practice. That's the only way to change your habits.